Hey folks, how you doing? Sounds awesome. Well, it's been a while, long time no see. Sorry about that. I've been on a bender. Whew, mostly pills. No, I'm just kidding. The past 2 weeks, my wife, who's a teacher, was on vacation, and she pretty much asked me last year, can you just take my vacations with me? Because it's no fun for her. She finally gets some time off. Finally a vacation, ready to do something fun. Come on, Scott, let's hit the road. And I'm like, sorry, babe, can't do it. Gotta stay home and watch the Letitia trial for 9 hours. Extra trashy. Surely you understand. Make me a coffee, will ya? So we've been running around wild and free. I haven't been paying attention to anything. It's felt nice. But now we're back in relaxing, soothing New York City.
Suck my dick, bitch! I'm from Brooklyn!
Let's do it, nigga. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it, pussy.
Now I'm feeling the post-vacation stress, though. Like, all right, haven't posted for 2 weeks, and I don't even really have an idea. So figured I'd do a chill hangout type episode, try to figure out a cool direction to bring the show. I need to get one of those fill-in hosts that other channels have. Hi, Scott's on vacation. I'm Trevor, and I'm filling in. And then it's just a beyond horrible episode. So that's been cool. It also doesn't help that my studio is in the living room. Not ideal. And kind of a funny story about that is we didn't think we would be in this apartment this long. My wife, maybe 4 or 5 years ago, inherited her aunt's apartment in Moscow, Russia. Her aunt and my wife had a really close relationship. Her aunt was a teacher, my wife's a teacher. Her aunt didn't have any kids, so they really were close. And then her aunt died of old age, very sad. And they were like, yeah, she left her Moscow apartment to you. And we were like, whoa, that's amazing. We went and traveled there August of 2019, stayed in the apartment. It's very small. And so the rule, as far as I understand it, is in Russia, you have to rent out the apartment for 3 years affordable before you can sell it and get the money. If you do it before that, you just get taxed into oblivion and you don't get the money. And so for the past 3-5 years, however long it's been, we've been renting it out to a home healthcare nurse for $400 a month. And since we can't be there and do any of the boots on the ground stuff, my wife's brother lives in Russia and does all of that, helps us out. So we split it with him. So we get $200 a month, which isn't much, but still it's pretty nice. Pays for the phone bill, pays for some groceries. You know, still pretty nice, $200. But knowing, like, all right, after 3 years, we'll be able to sell it. And the first figure that we were told is when you sell it, you'll probably get about $20,000 or $30,000. We were like, all right, that's awesome. Put it into savings for root canal money, dental emergencies. That seems where all our money goes. So it'll be nice to have a little cushion. All right, 20, 30 grand, not too bad. But then I don't even know what changed. But then all of a sudden we were told, no, not 20 or 30 grand. It's actually, you're going to get around 100 grand when you sell it. And we were like, really? Wow. We both got dollar signs in our eyes. And my wife figured out if we sell that apartment and use that money for a down payment here, we can get a place after that down payment is put down and pay pretty much what we're paying for this apartment, but we'll own it, and that will be better. And then also we can make sure it has a separate room or a little garage or something for me, so I'm not in the living room at the whims of whatever is happening in the living room. We're like, okay, great. We're renting it out to the home healthcare nurse. She's happy. We're happy. We're waiting. Like, all right, 3 years, that'll go quick. And the month our 3 years ended, where we could sell it, the war started, the Russia-Ukraine war. And then it was like, all right, yeah, everything is on hold indefinitely. You can't come over here. You can't, if we could come over, I don't even know if you can get a visa, but I don't think it's safe to go over there now anyway. If they find a little weed pen or something, you'll get 10 years in the penal colony. So can't go over there. The way we understand it, even if we could go over, and someone bought it. We couldn't, the banks aren't working with each other, so we couldn't turn it from the Russian rubles into the American dollar. And for a while we were thinking, is there a way we could get around that? One idea I had is we could go over there, sell it using the Russian money, buy a gold bar and bring the gold bar back. And I was thinking that'd be cool to show back up at customs here in New York City, wearing a sleazy Russian suit and giant sunglasses, carrying a bag with one gold bar in it, like, hi. But even since that idea, maybe go to Turkey after and try to get home, I don't know. It's completely screwed up. But now we're even told that it's going to be probably a really long time that we'll be able to do anything to it, if, this comes from my wife's mom, if we'll ever at this point be able to do anything with it. So that was kind of a bummer, also kind of funny. I was hanging out with a bunch of dudes at some get together that I didn't really know, but everybody was talking about how the economy is affecting their business or their industry. And I was like, well, at least your guys' money isn't tied up in Russian real estate. And everybody laughed at like I was joking, but I was sitting there like, no, really. And so now I'm watching the war stuff on TV, like, come on, peace talks. Come on, peace talks, peace talks, peace talks. Switch over to Rachel Maddow. She's like, peace talks over my dead body. And I'm like, come on, everybody, let's go. I'm going full John Lennon over here. All I am saying is give peace a chance. I've been around long enough to know enough wars, with whatever reason they say this war is inevitable and we have to do it, never turns out to be the right reason. It's always like, sorry everybody, we gotta do it, this one, it's necessary. And everyone's like, it is, war is horrible, let's not do it. Remember the last one, that reason wasn't true. They're like, no, this is true. And then 10 years goes by, a bunch of people die, it's horrible, carnage, the worst. And then it's like, actually, that reason wasn't true. And everyone's like, wait, it wasn't? No, but we got very rich. Sorry. So hopefully that resolves at some point, but it's fine if it doesn't. And what else? The one story that I was following is there's a YouTuber named Tanner Cook. And Tanner runs one of those YouTube channels where he has a buddy follow him out in public, and Tanner goes up to people and acts like an idiot, or makes a weird noise, and people are like, what? What are you doing? Please get away from me. And then he acts more like an idiot, and people are like, what are you doing? And then they call it pranks. We run a prank channel. And the whole prank channel is a bizarre world, because it's definitely a young man's game, right? Because you can only do that type of content when you're young and a little bit stupid, and the audience that loves that stuff, did you see he walked up to someone and acted like a moron, and then the person looked at him with a pained look like, what are you doing? That's hilarious. And very quickly though, both the person that does the pranks and the audience that likes their pranks grows up and gets a little bit more mature, and all of a sudden it's like, I don't like this type of stuff. And the person doing the pranks, I think it hits them like a wave, like, oh my God, no one wants to be in my stupid videos. I'm not clever or interesting or funny enough to make videos on my own. I have to go out and create human suffering and film it, and that's what I'm selling. I can't do this anymore. So the pranksters always hit this wall where they're going, I can't make these videos anymore. And then their channel starts going down, and then other commentator YouTubers make videos, the downfall of the prank dude, and their audience that still does want to see that type of crap content is like, come on, just go out to make another prank. And the look on their face is, I just can't do that anymore. And they get into this, and the more successful, it's almost like a curse. Think about probably the most successful prankster from my childhood was Bam Margera. And it's going beyond horrible for Bam. But anyway, the news story, Tanner Cook, he goes out, he makes these His last video was he'd go up to people and he'd ask them a question at work, where the person's working too, which is not cool because if you're at work, then you have to keep professional and you can't just punch someone in the face. And so Tanner would go up to people and go, hey, ask him a question. Hey, where is the bathroom? And the person goes, it's over there. And then Tanner Cook would go, watch your tone. And the person goes, what? He goes, yeah, watch your tone. And that's like the whole prank. And so that was Tanner's last video. But a week or so ago, Tanner Cook's in the mall making one of his prank videos. And he's being annoying and pestering people. And someone pulled out a gun and shot Tanner Cook in the stomach. And one of the funniest things about the whole thing is most of the comments on the news story, a YouTube prankster gets shot in the stomach. The bullet hit him in the stomach, then hit his liver, and then I think they had to take his gallbladder out. So that's a life-changing injury. That's probably going to affect him his whole life. And most of the comments on that news story are good. I mean, what do you expect? Your whole shtick is to go up and act like a moron and pester people and annoy people and get in their face? Yeah, someone shot you. I can't think of any other situation where someone would just get shot in the stomach in the mall and a major majority of the people that hear about it are like, yeah, good. And Tanner Cook's dad came out and was like, yeah, I'm getting a lot of messages like your son deserved it. And my son, all he wanted to do was go out and make people laugh. But then you watch the videos and no one in the video is laughing. They just have this pained, sad look in their face. Like, can you please not film me? Because people's time is worth something. And people put time and money into... Walter's guarding from something. People put time and money into themselves, so that's worth something, and their time is worth a lot. And to use them in your video and just, yeah, sorry, you're on my prank channel now. Didn't want to be on that? Sorry about that. And it feels to me like society, it took a turn. Hey, bud, how you doing? Took a turn as far as these pranks go, because the same week Tanner Cook got shot in the stomach, another video went viral where a prankster was at McDonald's and he tapped this old guy that was just minding his business on his computer. He tapped this old guy and then hid behind the wall, ducked down really quick. So the old guy turns around looking who tapped him. And he asked the McDonald's staff, hey, did you guys tap me on the back? And the staff is like, no. And the guy's crouching down. And then he pops up and he's like, you got pranked. And, you know, someone's filming like they always do from in the corner. And the old guy was not having it. And they called the police. And the police came. And then the old guy to the police was like, can you tell me what this dude that pranked me's name is? And the police are like, we actually can't, you don't have the right to get his name. And then the old guy was like, are you going to do a police report? And the cop was like, I can. And the old guy was like, yeah, because I want to sue them. And the prankster goes, you want to sue me? Why? I was just tapping you on the back. And the old guy goes, tell it to the judge. And again, I think even that maybe that prankster's whole shtick was really wholesome. Just a tap on the shoulder, nothing in your face and kind of mean like the Tanner Cook guy. Maybe their whole shtick was, we're like the nice pranksters. And the look on the prankster's face when all of a sudden the police report is going and the guy's saying, yeah, tell it to the judge. I don't care if you just tap me. I'm going to sue you. And then the cop is talking to the prankster as they're doing the police report, like, you got to know your audience. Even if it's not a big deal at all right? You tapped them. It's all fun and games. You got to leave people alone. People, believe it or not, don't want to be in your stupid video. And then another clip that is a year old but went viral with all of these. So this was all like a week or two ago. The Tanner Cook news, a prankster shot in the stomach. And then this guy, I'm suing you, tell it to the judge, kid. And then another one where this prankster's, his shtick was he just goes up with like a pipe and makes a weird noise in people's ear. Well, he was in like Home Depot or something, and he goes up to this huge guy and goes, makes a weird noise in his ear, and this huge guy turns around, grabs the little prankster, the prankster's making this pathetic noise, and the big guy throws him down, starts choking him, and the prankster's going, it was a joke, it was a joke. That's the phrase they always use. It was a joke. But what is the joke? What's the bit? That's not a joke. You're just making a stupid noise and annoying people and filming it. That's not even considered anything. But anyway, so the guy's going, it's not a joke, and he's mushing his face into the ground, and the guy's going, it was a joke. But made me think of Bam, because that same week that all that was happening, Bam made the news for throwing a huge temper tantrum in a restaurant in front of his little son, got detained or got arrested, and Bam's description of himself, his bio on his official Instagram, is the original prankster. And Bam's life, remember when I did the Aaron Carter video, I said the 3 signs that a celebrity is about to die is they do a bunch of crappy, low-level reality TV where they proclaim they're going to be sober from this moment forward, and everybody claps. And then the second one is they do a celebrity boxing match. And then the third one is they shave their head live on Instagram or TikTok or something. Well, Bam has been doing the terrible reality TV for years now, and then last week in a bitter, joyless, intoxicated rant at like 6 in the morning after he was arrested for throwing the embarrassing temper tantrum in the restaurant in front of his kid, he's talking live on his Instagram, and he goes, Johnny Knoxville, they kicked me, they wouldn't let me be in the Jackass movies. It's been years since they wouldn't let Bam, because he was a sloppy mess, be in the movies, and he really can't let it go. So he's going, Johnny Knoxville wouldn't let me in the movies, so I double dog dare you, Johnny Knoxville, to get in a ring with me, and let's have a boxing match. And so now I'm going, oh no. Because maybe you don't even have to do the celebrity boxing match. You just have to, even maybe just the fact that he wants to do one checks off that box. So if Bam shaves his head on Instagram, I'm telling you, his days are numbered, and they might be numbered anyway. And if you watch some of the later Bam Margera stuff, because he was a pro skater, really respected, and then he got into the Jackass stuff, and then it turned into the Viva La Bam stuff, which he's pranking his friends, and they're all pranking each other, which is better than like a Tanner Cook that just goes out into the mall or the library and pesters people trying to make a living. At least if it's like, all right, we're all a group of friends and we're going to prank each other. But eventually people grow up and go, I don't want to get pranked. I'm not hanging out with you anymore. And so the later Bam stuff, before he just turned into a sad mess, it gets really dark. Like one of them, he has a friend sleeping on his couch and they throw a bunch of flour on him, and you can just tell they've all outgrown the stupid pranks, but they don't know what to do to keep the whole thing going. And it really is a fascinating, a prankster. It really is a fascinating saga. A whole thing is and the whole YouTube, it made it so just anyone can go out and call themselves a prankster. Just all you need is a buddy and a phone and someone that's willing to go out and pester people. And so it's even gotten worse. It used to be at least somebody had to vouch for this person. No, he's clever. It's funny. He's only going to do it to his friends. Now just anybody can go out. I'm a prankster, but thought that was wild. The downfall of Bam Margera really is something else. Hopefully he can pull it around. There's a sadness to the downfall of Bam, but also kind of a frustrating element because he couldn't have a more loving family. He has the money, has the time, has the support. A bunch of his best buddies have gone through the getting and staying sober and are there for him for support. Let's do it together. Come on. And he just can't do it. And it's been going on for like 10 years. There's a epically latered, a cool documentary series where they go and catch up with old skateboarders, and the Bam one is worth a watch. And that one was maybe like 5 or 6 years ago, and the fact that it's only gone downhill from there really is wild stuff. I'm trying to think if I have any more to say. I might just cut it off there. I love you all, people. Oh yeah, I saw, while on break, I saw Gordon Ramsay posted a burger that he cooked on his Twitter, like, confidently, I'll show you all how to make a burger, and it looked awful. And so we're going to end this episode. I am going to teach Gordon Ramsay how to actually make a burger. So end with that. Love you all. See you soon with hopefully a cool, awesome, interesting episode. Why? Steven Y. Shamita. All right, folks, I'm making myself a burger. I saw Gordon Ramsay posted a version of his burger on his Twitter, and it looked terrible. The thing was gooping with sauce. You'd have to take a shower after eating it. It was like 5 inches tall. I'm sure actually trying to eat it, it would just fall out the back onto the plate, be a total mess. So I'm doing it right. Toasting the bun right now. Gonna use a little of this for sauce. Smashing it. All right. Use a little parchment paper so it doesn't stick to the smasher. A little bit of pepper, tiny bit of salt, ready to accept the burger. Once a little bit more of the juices are on top, and you flip it. Keeping it simple with some iceberg lettuce, thin slice of tomato, some red onion, and a piece of sharp cheddar cheese. All right, this is ready to flip. Go. Woo! Perfect. Throw this on here. Boom. This is how you do it, Gordon. Alright, she's ready to go onto the bun. Come over here. Tomato. Some onion, nothing crazy. Some lettuce. There you go.